Hello everyone, welcome back to more Let's Play Professor Layton and the Curious Village. We have just been told that a murder has occurred, and I guess we're supposed to ask about it now, so let's ask this guy, I guess. Because we haven't even talked to him that much. Imagine a murder in this very house. It brings a chill to my spine, it does. You're a detective, are you not? Do hurry and find the monster that did this. My good sir, I am no detective, but I agree that your concerns are certainly warranted. No one is safe until that criminal is behind bars. My sentiments exactly. I just don't understand it. Simon could be snide, but he wasn't the type to be hated. If the criminal was after my brother's fortune, I could very well be this fiend's next target. I guess he does have a point. Yep, you have a point. If we narrow the motive to stealing the Reinhold fortune, there are few potential suspects. Good gracious, you don't think I'd do something like this now? Simon and I got along very well, I'll have you know. He wasn't very close to Augustus, though. You know, all this talk of families has me contemplating a puzzle I once heard. Great. Let's do it. 6 brothers have gathered around a table to eat dinner. Let's call them brothers 1 to 6, with 1 being the eldest and 6 the youngest. Each of the brothers is prone to fighting with the siblings directly above and below him in age, and can't be seated next to either of them. Also, brothers 3 and 5 got into an argument the other day and refused to sit next to each other. Brother 1 has already sat down. Can you find a seating arrangement for the others that will keep everyone from bickering? Okay. Right, fighting with the serious. Okay, so I guess, oops, I got a Skype message again. Let me make this. There we go. I shut that up. Beautiful. Okay, let's try this. We can't put the 2 here or here, so that's pretty much the only hint we have right now. 3 and 5 can't be next to each other. So that would have to be like that. Then we can't put the 2 there. So let's put the 4 here, the 5 there, and the 2 there. Is that gonna work? That looks pretty good. Is that it?
I think I've got it.
That would be pretty easy. Okay, I guess that was it. That was it. Wonderful,
Professor,
beautiful.
I've solved
Hooray.
it.
Good job. Sit the boys as shown and there shouldn't be any trouble. The mirror image of the seating arrangement is also a valid answer. Finally, a meal in peace. Ah yes, so that's the answer. Thank you for clearing that up that puzzle, but we're still no closer to finding Simon's killer. I assure you I had nothing to do with it, so please go out and find the real murderer. Of course. I understand your position. It appears I'm a suspect too. I'll find out what I can. Got another strange gizmo. Because that's what we get for solving puzzles while we're really supposed to solve a murder case, but whatever. Guess no one cares about that, because after all we have puzzles to solve, right? Hello. Do you have a puzzle for me? I should hope so. Matthew, did you notice any strange characters around the manor at the time of the incident? Not a soul, I'm afraid. I didn't even know about Master Simon until Inspector Chelmy showed up. And where is Simon's body now? I didn't see this, but I was told that the inspector carried the body out shortly after arriving. I see. Well, it looks like for the moment we are without a lead on this case. Ah, but you know, I found this in the room where Master Simon's body was discovered. What is this? I'm sorry to say I have no idea, but I thought it might be a clue, so I made sure to hold on to it. And not give it to the inspector. Amazing, it's a cog so small that one could search the room and miss it. Look, it has an engraving. There we go, we got a new mystery. A small cog. Now that you mention it, I know a puzzle about an object that almost fits that description. What? Are you joking? A puzzle at a time like this? Really? Luke actually sees the weirdness in that? Okay, let's find the dot, because that sounds very exciting. You're holding an 8-pointed shape with a red dot on it. If you hold the shape so that it so that the red dot is in the position shown in diagram A, then flip it over, you will see a black dot, as depicted below. Now assume you are holding the shape as shown on the left side of diagram B. Where will the black dot be when you flip the shape over? Draw a circle around where you think the black dot should go. Okay, so we can draw again, but we have to draw a circle, which is kind of annoying. Okay, so this tells us that the black dot is on the other side right here. So that would mean that it is on the other side right here in this case, which would mean that it would be there if we turn it over. Right?
There we go.
There we go, okay.
Every puzzle has an answer.
Wonderful. That's right, take a look at the diagram for an explanation. Well, we just figured it out, so we don't need that. My apologies, but I'm afraid I don't know anything that would aid your investigation. Not at all, this small cog is more than enough for us to go on. But I do wonder why you're giving this to us. I believe you are a good man, Professor. I'm confident you will piece together this puzzle. I appreciate the vote of confidence, Matthew. Got another strange gizmo. We're getting a lot of those. Oh no, Inspector Chelmy is here. No one wants to see him. Okay, let's look at that new mystery we got. A small cog with an intricately carved insignia was recovered from the scene of Simon's murder. Perhaps the murderer dropped it when fleeing the scene. Ah, perhaps he did. Hello, Inspector Chelmy. Is this everyone who was present at the scene of the crime? I believe we are missing Ramon, sir. Ramon! Where is he and what on earth is he doing? Matthew, fetch Ramon at once. To be honest, my lady, thinking about it, I've not seen Ramon for a few hours now. What? Don't tell me he was murdered as well? No, hold on a moment. He's a suspect too. Perhaps he fled the scene of his crime. Where could he be at a time like this? What if the murderer got Ramon too? Seriously, are people really worried about Ramon now? That guy really doesn't seem like the type to get murdered. Wait a moment, Luke. Yes, Professor? There's something I'd like to discuss with Lady Dahlia. It shouldn't take very long at all. But she's not here, Professor. What am I to do? What do you want from me? Hello, Matthew. How are you doing? Hey, where did Lady Dahlia go? I believe my lady has retired to the adjoining room to relax on her own. She's a strong woman, but it's only natural she'd need to rest after a terrible event like this. Very well then, would you please let her know that I have something I'd like to talk to her about? But of course, Professor, please wait here. Lady Dahlia might act like a nice queen, but I guess even she once was shaken by today's events. Luke, if you wish to ever become a true gentleman, you'll need to start showing a little more sensitivity. Oh, of course, Professor, I apologize. That was wrong of me. My lady will see you now. Just head back through the doorway on the left. We get a new location, isn't that exciting? It's so exciting. Wow, wow. Wow. That seems really out of place. Got a hint coin. The entire garden is visible from this window. Those are not posh curtains, they look pretty fucking cheap for this place. No more hint coins. How sad. Lady Dahlia, I have a deep suspicion this murder is connected to the mystery of the golden apple. What? It's too early to say for sure, but I think that it's highly probable the two matters are linked. And you think that Ramon is somehow involved in all this? Potentially, yes. However, as of yet, we don't have enough information to draw any solid conclusions. I see. If that's the case, I have a request for you, Professor. Find Ramon and bring him back here to me. It sickens me that I am being considered a suspect in this brutal crime. I must prove my innocence at once. Except we have to, because you don't do anything. As you wish, Lady Dahlia. We will ask around the village to see what we can find. I appreciate your help, Professor. Well then, I'll be awaiting the good news in the parlor. Chapter 3, The Missing Servant. Comb some mystere for clues about Ramon's disappearance. Sure, let's save. That sounds like fun. Okay, so do we have... Oh, we got a puzzle! Whee! Oh, it's not a puzzle. Look at this picture. What is it, Professor? Oh, isn't that Lady Dahlia? She's holding a baby. That baby must be Baron Reinhold's daughter, then. Flora was her name, wasn't it? Gosh, what a cute baby. Lady Dahlia hasn't changed much, has she? You know, Luke, they say that true beauty never ages. I suppose so, Professor. But even so, it makes me wonder. Maybe we can ask Lady Dahlia about it. Yes, let's. That sounds exciting. Pardon me, but we happened upon an adorable picture of you and your daughter Flora a moment ago. I beg your pardon. The picture of you holding a baby, the one in the next room. I'm sorry, but you must be mistaken. I've never had any children. Huh? My apologies, madam. I must have been mistaken. At any rate, time is of the essence here. Go and find Ramon and bring him back, won't you? If that's not Lady Dahlia in the photograph, then who on earth could it be? I think we'd do well to ask the butler a few questions. Perhaps he can clear this up for us. Okay, let's go talk to the butler then. Hello, Matthew. Ah, Matthew, do you have a moment? Certainly, sir. How can I help you? It's about the picture of Lady Dahlia upstairs, the one of hers holding a small child. Ah, yes, about that old picture. That's not Lady Dahlia, I'm afraid. It's a picture of Baron Reinhold's former wife, Lady Viola. But I certainly understand why you would mistake one for the other. They were virtually identical in their appearance, their gestures, and even in the way they moved. So that photo isn't of Lady Dahlia, but of an earlier wife of the Baron. Wow, imagine finding someone who looks that much like you. What are the odds? Is there a chance the two were relatives of one another? I've never heard anything as much, sir. It just happened one day. The Baron arrived home, and at his side was Lady Dahlia. I'm sorry to say that's all I really know about the matter. Not at all, you've been most helpful. Thank you, Matthew. How odd. The more I hear, the stranger the whole affair starts to sound. I feel like I was better at reading this stuff out in the previous episodes. Well, let's go find our favorite, Ramon. But first we get a puzzle from a cat. These are Simon's glasses. But how on earth did they end up here? This could be a crucial clue in the investigation. I think it best if we took these to Inspector Chelmy. Oh, we're not even going to get a puzzle, how unfortunate. What's the matter, Mr. Layton? Inspector, take a look at these. These glasses belong to Simon. We found them out in the garden. What the... I imagine they simply fell off the body when it was being carried out of the village. Besides, if you have enough time to manage the village lost and found, shouldn't you be searching for the Reinhold inheritance or whatever it is you're supposed to be doing? Of course, if you continue to interrupt my investigation, I have some ideas about what you can do. My sincerest apologies, Inspector. I don't like that Chalmy one bit. No one does. He reeks of smoke and he's so full of himself. And the way he treats you, Professor, it's just too much. Luke, my boy, pay no heed. Right now we have other priorities. Let's go ask around and find Ramon. Yes, let's. Hello. Look at you fretting away there. Whatever's the matter? We don't have enough puzzles to solve. Could you please give us one? No, I can't say I've seen Ramon today, which is strange considering how often he sneaks off the job. But enough of that. I hear you're quite an ace with puzzles. Would you mind helping me out with a puzzle I've been mulling over? Oh, right now? Oh, right now? Oh, right now? We're sort of in the middle of something, but if you insist... We get another puzzle. One-line puzzle 1. Okay, these are really, really weird. Have you heard of one-line puzzles? The idea is to place your pen to paper and draw a shape without lifting your pen from the paper or tracing any part of the line. You can, however, cross lines. Now that you're familiar with the concept, look at the 4 pictures below. One of them cannot be drawn with one line. Which one is it? We can do it ourselves with our fun pencil. Okay, this doesn't work. There was some way of knowing this with, like, at first glance without actually having to try it out, but I kind of forgot. Okay, so you can draw this one. This one looks like something you'd be able to draw as well. Like that just makes sense, yeah. It's possible. I think it's this one actually. Because we can do that, and this is really pretty. Wait. We've got to start at a line like that. And then yeah, that absolutely works. So it's this one. I think in the final one of these puzzles they'll actually tell us how you do this without having to actually trace them.
Has an answer.
Very nice. That's actually a very easy way to tell whether or not a given picture has been drawn in one stroke. This method will be reviewed after you solve one more of these riddles. Okay, so that's basically what I just said. How amazing. That's some fine work there. I was stuck on this puzzle for I don't know how long. Ah, you there, boy. I just had a terrible vision of you running into trouble tonight. So be careful out there, alright? Well, that was a welcome piece of news. But don't worry about me, because I don't get scared easily. Got another strange gizmo. Actually, I'm wondering whether that old granny, which isn't this granny, she just made me think of her. I'm wondering whether that old granny has some puzzles for us. Lady Dahlia. Baron Reinhold's late wife, Viola, is pictured cradling a baby in a photograph on Lady Dahlia's desk. While the two women seem to be complete strangers to each other, their resemblance to each other is too uncanny to be a coincidence. What's really going on here? Very strange. Hello. Got a puzzle? He's still standing around here. Hey, you two, what are you up to? Let me in on a secret. Ah, I got it. Don't tell me I told you I got it. Out searching for somebody, huh? Looking for info, yeah? But sorry, I haven't seen your man. Are you sure you didn't see or hear anything that might help us? No, I've got nothing for you. Stop asking me about it. I see. Well, in any case, thank you for your time. Oh yeah, and good luck with your silly search. Too silly man or silly search, right? Right. Ah, but definitely do not go poking around the tower on the north side of the village, understand? The tower on the north side of the village? How do you even get to that part of the village? Do you remember that clock tower in the square? I believe we must pass through it to get to the north side of the village. Let's go and check it out. Of course we're going to do that now, because he told us not to. Which is very fun. That's the clock tower you were talking about, right, Professor? Yes, quite right. Someone's standing in front of the entrance. And it's this guy again, but let's go in here. Oops, that's not right. Is it this house? There seems to be a puzzle embedded in this door. I could have sworn there was nothing there a minute ago. Fascinating. This puzzle appears to be acting as some sort of lock for this door. How delightful. Luke, my boy, why don't you give this puzzle a try? I'm almost certain the door will open if you solve it. Whee! Get the ball out. Oh no. Oh no. Can you get the red ball out of the maze? Slide obstructing box out of the way to clear a path for the ball. This problem can be solved in as few as 12 moves. If you actually can be bothered with sliding puzzles at all. Move blocks out of the way by sliding your styles across them. Move the red ball in a similar fashion. Slide the ball to the hole by moving the blocks. And be careful not to die of boredom while doing it. Okay, so this is our first pushy slidey puzzle, and no one in the world ever wanted to see these, but I did it, so whatever.
Well, here's my guess.
There are
Layton's apprentice
way
saves
too many
the
of these
day.
puzzles in the Professor Layton series, and they get so fucking hard later on, and it'll be the worst thing ever, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. With all those blocks in the way, getting your ball to the goal was harder than you expected, wasn't it? Actually, it was quite a lot easier, but it won't stay that way. Very nice. The door should open right up now. Okay. So we got that wonderful puzzle music again in here, and there's a hint coin here. Probably one here. Nope. Here. There we go. And here. Nope. Okay. Okay, so let's talk to this pretty lady. Granny R. Why hello there. Do you often find yourself hopelessly, achingly, painfully stuck on puzzles? Well then, sonny, you've come to the right place. Welcome to Granny Riddleton's Puzzle Shack. Granny Riddleton? Where can we find this lady? Isn't it obvious she's right in front of you, boy? Tsk, no wonder you have trouble solving puzzles. Yes, you are gazing at the beautiful and clairvoyant Granny Riddleton, Guide to the Puzzled Puzzles. Beautiful and clairvoyant? Professor, do you know what she's going on about? Fret not, Luke. Why don't you let me do the talking here? Sorry to disturb you, Miss Riddleton, but by clairvoyant do you mean to say that you have psychic powers? Can you do things like, say, pick a criminal out of a crowd or visualize the location of lost objects? Pshaw, any fortune teller can do that. So what if you can see a few days into the future? Big whoop. My specialty, you see, is puzzles. Puzzles people forget about. Puzzles people miss. Surely you boys have had a few of those, eh? No need to turn red, it happens to the best of puzzlers. What I do, you see, is take those poor lost little puzzles and invite them to come stay with me. Wow, so the puzzles that we have forgotten about, those puzzles are here now? Not quite, boy. I'm here to welcome puzzles that have no other place to stay in this village. It looks like you finally worked out what makes me so amazing, boy. Now go ahead and give a knock on the door of that little shack behind me. Inside you'll find rows of cute little jars, each one of them filled with a forgotten puzzle stuffed inside. I'll bet you can find those forgotten puzzles of yours somewhere in the midst of all my little pretties. Okay, let's go check that out. There's nothing here. It's empty. It's completely empty. Oh no. Are there hint coins in there? I doubt it. Okay, so this is where you would go if you had missed any puzzles, but we haven't, so that's pretty cool, I guess. And I see that we've run out of time, so let's continue our search for Ramon in the next episode. Goodbye.